I really enjoy this. So nice. Whatever it's made out of, divine.
Yeah. I eat all the pickles.
This is everything that I need in life.
That was so incredibly good.
We are in Switzerland, in Interlaken, the city right at the foothill of some incredible views. We are about to get some authentic Swiss food we have been craving to have during our trip here. If you've been following our last few videos, we've seen incredible landscapes, the mountains. Every time we come here, we are just left amazed.
I don't even know, I'm like speechless.
Yeah, this is why we love being up here.
We hiked 16 miles with a 2-year-old and unfortunately got sunburned and super sore. We are almost there.
Almost there, yeah.
Had to switch.
Yeah, it's definitely hard on the knees and the feet more than anything going down.
Oh, my knees hurt so bad. But we witnessed incredible views of the Swiss Alps and got serenaded by our 2-year-old.
That's good. So.
We also made a random stop at Lake Thun that turned out to be one of our favorite and most beautiful memories in Switzerland. Truly, we've been having the time of our lives, but we've also been eating foods like ramen noodles, oatmeal, and soup. We finally said enough with that and decided to take it to a restaurant. Thank heavens.
When we came here last in 2017, we had fondue and an assortment of cheeses and a few other things just from like the grocery store because we were definitely on more of a budget. We still try to do the same now, but we're in a different place than we were in college. While trying to find a place to eat, we saw that this restaurant had plenty of great reviews and we definitely wanted to try the alpine macaroni. Looks and sounds divine. We love Käsespätzle, and so this looks amazing as well with some strong cheeses, potatoes. We'll get into that in a minute. But a lot of the restaurants that were in Grindelwald didn't even have the option to have this alpine macaroni, so we're excited to be able to try it here, and then we're still trying to decide which other one, either fondue, raclette, or Rösti here. So we're gonna take a look at the menu and see what we want. Of those options, whatever we don't get here, we'll definitely try to get them at another restaurant tomorrow.
How do you say cow in German?
What's that?
This is like very flavorful butter.
So this alpine macaroni was invented back in the 1930s, and essentially it's what herdsmen ate while they were up in the mountains keeping an eye on their cows that were grazing in the Alps. It's made of simple ingredients that are quick to make. So the base is noodles, so they're like hollow tubular noodles mixed with potatoes, and then it's a cheese sauce, and oftentimes it has onions in it and bacon on the top. Simple, but from what we've had in the Alpine region, you cannot go wrong with a homemade mac and cheese. We got our meals now. This smells delicious. The plate is burning hot, so they are fresh. Both of them are really hot. The macaroni and cheese, I'm not gonna lie, it looks a little more simple than I imagined, but just as I described, it is a simple dish. That's what it's meant to be. And here we have ham on this dish rather than bacon this time. This is what the potatoes are like here. I guess I imagined shredded too, so that's kind of a fun surprise to see that. Boiled potato as well. And on the bottom of the spoon, you can see there's the cheese mixture. It's fairly thin, sinking to the bottom of the dish, but enough to coat all of the noodles. We've already shared it a little bit with Willa, and she's ate what we gave her, so she's happy with this dish. This is actually a very large spoon, but that's what they gave us. Okay. I'm gonna make sure to get one of everything here. So potato, definitely some ham, and some noodles. This cheese, oh, there it dropped. I'm worried it's gonna be hot. Here we go. The ham is where it's at, and surprisingly, even though it's like a thin cheese mixture, it packs a punch in terms of flavor. Really nice. Oh, actually really, really good. I'm feeling the urge to sprinkle a little bit of pepper on here, and she actually brought it out, so I'm guessing that's pretty typical to do. Okay, got the pepper on it now. Oh, yeah, I wish you could see more, but the bottom of the bowl has just a nice layer of all that cheesy sauce. You can see it's just, there's enough. And the cheese, whatever it's made out of, divine, just as you would imagine for a Swiss cheese. So this dish is served with applesauce and it's served cold. Oh, it's nice, sweet, but tangy. A good pairing for such a rich and savory dish. So we ended up going with raclette for today's meal. This is a very popular dish here in Switzerland, but it's also famous in other alpine countries.
You guys have.
Hello. For example, in Germany, a lot of people celebrate Christmas or New Year's Eve with raclette, so that's where we first heard about it actually. So essentially with raclette, you heat up the cheese and then you scratch off the melted cheese onto your plate. It's commonly served with boiled potatoes, also maybe some onions and pickles. Raclette is a Swiss cheese. So I'm gonna be honest, I really don't know how to eat this dish. We've never had it. This is like our first time ever ordering it from a restaurant. So I'm just gonna cut some potato, cut some cheese, and grab an onion. Okay, I mostly tasted the onion on that one. Going in for round two. I've got cheese sandwich in between the potatoes. Oh, that cheese is so nice. Creamy, mild, which is nice because us being Americans, strong cheeses are just more of an acquired taste. Tanner has the preference for a stronger cheese, myself, not so much. I really enjoy this. So nice. I can see why this dish is a favorite among tourists and locals alike.
Cheers.
Cheers.
You can drink it like me.
Why drink from your water bottle when you can drink from this cup, huh?
This cup,
Who was on the bottom of your bowl, Willa?
Minnie Mouse.
Oh my goodness, they give you a Minnie Mouse bowl? Did you like the noodles? What did they taste like? Did they taste like cheese?
Yeah.
So like Risa said, I absolutely love cheese, and strong cheeses I don't scare away from for the most part. There are some that I don't really care for, but the smell of this I am already digging. So I'm gonna give it a try. Behind the scenes, Willa ate all of the pickles, so there's just a few tomatoes and onions left over. I'm gonna just try the potatoes and cheese first.
So sweet, Daddy.
Not sweet, Willa, but this is very savory. That is a nice cheese. Nice and savory cheese. Honestly, it's a good blend. The potatoes, I think they could use a little bit of salt, so I'm gonna probably throw a little bit of that, but very nice. Yeah, okay. Good job.
Good job, Daddy.
Did you have some onions?
No, I didn't.
All right, now with tomato, onion, and cheese. I like that blend a lot better than just with a potato. And a pickle would be nice, so we might have to get some more since you ate all of them, huh?
I eat all the pickles.
Okay, and then off to the alpine mac and cheese. I think I'm gonna like this one the most, to be honest, between the two. Grab a potato, some ham, noodle. Yeah. It is simple, but yeah, that butter, cheese, and the ham, like all a perfect combination of flavors. So I'm gonna add a little bit more pepper as well, but this is delicious. We noticed that there were a lot of locals. When we pulled into the parking lot, it was full, and one of the construction trucks pulled out so that we could park in. We definitely know that locals really enjoy coming here. It definitely says a lot, and we're happy that we chose this place. The total price of the food was fairly expensive, which we were expecting given the location. But again, we got kind of ripped off, I think, because they charged us 5 Swiss francs for 1 liter of table water. Not even bottled water. So I don't know what we're doing wrong. Maybe we just need to ask to see if it's free, or maybe that's just something that's here. The total was 49 Swiss francs for the 2 meals and the water. If you're looking for a place with traditional Swiss food, we highly recommend this place. All right, it's the next day and we're here in Kandersteg, about to go into our second restaurant, about to get some fondue and Rösti.
Oh my goodness.
Well, what a setup here. I'm very excited. The cheese looks and smells delicious. They've got the hot plate on here. They have tomatoes, pears, mushrooms, potatoes, and of course, bread. So we're gonna start here with a little piece of bread. Do it like this. Okay, hold on. It's gonna be
You probably have to coat like the whole piece, don't you think?
Oh, I don't know, probably.
But I read you can't lose the bread.
You can't lose the bread. Okay, the pressure's on now.
Whew. Oh my god. pancake. Is that so hot?
Uh-oh. That is very good. That might have liquor in it. But I'm not exactly sure because, you know, I've never drank before and I'm not even sure what that would even taste like differently. We're having a pause. We want to see the snail really quick. She's moving over to a new place. Okay, going back in, we're going to try some tomatoes and other vegetables here. Okay. Oh yeah. This cheese is just so savory. Like, this is everything that I need in life. Yes, need in life. It's very setting. The rain just started to come. We're outside. Very, very fitting for a warm party meal on a cool day. Oh, what color is the shell? Sneaking a bite over here.
That was so incredibly good. Oh my gosh. I was looking at traditional desserts in Switzerland, and pears make an appearance in a lot of them. So I think it's cool that it's here, part of the fondue. Oh, I'm drenching that cheese now that I know what it tastes like. Oh, this is gonna be so good. That is a fun mixture, the crunch with the pear to that cheesy cheese. Really, oh, so good. I could just eat this plain.
I put in this, okay?
Okay, you do your thing. This is a beautiful dish, actually. This is Rösti, and it's made with potatoes, commonly eaten for breakfast. At least it used to be. Now you can find it anywhere in Switzerland, really any time of the day. We're sitting down here for lunch, and it's served on its menu. So Rösti is shredded potatoes that's been lightly pan-seared or sautéed. Basically, it's like a potato pancake or like a potato cake. Oh, mine looks delicious with raclette cheese melted on top, and then tomatoes and some fun garnishings. It's big. And actually, while we were waiting for it to come out, Tanner's like, this thing better be big, because when we think of potatoes, right, they're kind of like a very basic food and they don't cost a lot. And so when they cost a lot, you're like, okay, we want the portion to be large. And I mean, this is more than enough for me, a very good size. So let's dive in. Since I'm one-handed, I'm just gonna cut it here with my hand. While I was cutting this piece, I can just see at the bottom there's like a layer of oil there at the bottom. It's gonna be an oily dish, but I'm sure tasty. Yeah, that cheese definitely makes this dish for me. It's basic in flavor, but I mean, again, can't go wrong with raclette cheese. I like it. It reminds me of hash browns. That's a common American staple for breakfast. So I see a lot of similarities there. Very tasty.
This is an incredible meal. Honestly, all of the different food options between this meal and the meals that we had yesterday, just like cheese wazoo. It's like this cheese fest that we're having here. It's so delicious. So many savory different types of cheeses that we're having. So it's really fun. I think I really love the play on textures, like Risa said. The pears, the mushrooms, tomatoes, potatoes, the bread, like each give their own different like experience when you have the fondue.
Background music by Willa. So this cheese reminds me a lot of the cheese rolls that you can get at a German bakery. They're one of our very favorite things to do because of the cheese. Because it's so good, so tasty, and I'm always curious what that cheese is called. So, you are a cheese expert, where you know your way around Germany and you know what we're talking about. Please let us know in the comments below. We'll also ask them here.
So right before we left, I did ask the waitress whether or not the fondue had alcohol, and it for sure had white wine and cherry liquor in there. So kind of an interesting thing that we really didn't expect, but we have heard that sometimes they will leave out the alcohol for tourists. And honestly, we are really happy that we were able to try it the way that we did, because the one that we tried in Lauterbrunnen several years ago definitely didn't live up to the hype that this one did. So maybe that was the real difference, was the alcohol added a little bit of that flavor. And we also asked about the cheese that was on top of the Rösti. She just said it was raclette. I didn't really probe any further, but it definitely tastes different and much better than the raclette cheese that we bought and tried out for New Year's this last year. So not really quite sure what the difference is. I'm sure it's just based off of region, location. So definitely let us know which raclette cheese has the best flavor so that we can get it the next time we choose to do raclette. Pull it out. So after our lunch, we decided to go over to the bakery, see what other goods we can get. So the 3 different pastries that we got, 2 were sweet, 1 was savory. 1 is filled with hazelnut, the other with apple, and then the last one, it's like a cheese pie of sorts. So pretty excited.
Was it crunchy? Need some water.
So this one and the almond one looked exactly the same. I definitely lean towards getting the hazelnut one because I was afraid the other one would have almond extract in it. So I'm hoping that this one has some really good flavor. It's nice and flaky and it's gonna like completely fall apart. So I'm just gonna take a bite. Very, very flaky. Not a ton of filling, but that's okay. Like, the flavors are really good. It is pretty dry, so definitely would be nice to have, like, you know, a cup of tea or water or milk or whatever you have with your breakfast. This probably wouldn't be the first choice, but I'm definitely looking forward to getting into that cheese one.
So we're both kind of expecting that cheese one to be the best one, so we're saving it to the last. I have right here an apple one. It's got a sugary coating on the top. It looks like it's been in, like, melted butter and then just, like, dipped into sugar, which is nice. It's definitely flaky as well. It's got a beautiful brown color on the outside and then just a little darker of a burn on the inside. Oh, do you want the first bite?
This is some sprinkles on it.
Yeah, it's got sugar sprinkles on it.
Ooh! I'll take a bite.
Okay. This one's got enough filling. The one that Tanner had definitely wouldn't have been my preference because it's just too flaky and too dry for me, but this is a good balance over here. Definitely has the fun crunchy layers on the bottom, but the top's a little bit softer, which I like. And the sugar is a nice addition to just make it a little bit more sweeter. The apple filling is actually fairly tart. So we got these to try, of course, and take a bite, but also to take in the car for like a road snack. But they're gonna be very messy. So we're definitely gonna have to make sure we're out of the car when we eat these ones. Willa's taking the first bite of everything. Cute little bite. So adorable. Essentially, when we walked into the restaurant, we asked the lady, what is most traditional? Like, we want traditional Switzerland desserts or bakery items, and these are the three that she told us. There were a couple others, but these ones were the most to our preference. Willa snatched it out of my hands again. So she must be a fan. What does it taste like? Is it cheesy? Can Mommy have a bite? Yeah, we've got multiple bites on there. Yep, the last is the best. You can see that is just a nice bite. It's soft, but you got that bite at the end with the bottom crust. Really nice. It kind of surprised me, I'm not gonna lie. There's a nutmeg flavor, and I didn't expect that. It's like a warm flavor.
You can try that.
Oh, thank you. Do you want to give this one to Daddy to try?
Nutmeg, huh? Well, we'll see. Yeah, you're right. It definitely has a nutmeg-esque flavor in there, so it is a little bit, I don't even think sweet's the right word, it just has like a different take than I was thinking that this cheese would have. This has been really fun trying these different foods here in Switzerland, so thanks for being here. Let us know in the comments below other foods that you've tried here in Switzerland that we should try the next time that we come. And as always, don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already, and we'll see you on the next one.